So, welcome back. Let me just have a look if the live stream is live now, because it was not really working for the first try. Let's see. Thank you for tuning in your most favorite live stream on a Saturday night for stocks and the stock market, obviously here on Wolf of Dubai, the hottest city currently in the Middle East. I think I was just outside. You might have seen it. I posted it on Instagram, so follow me there. Short story, I went to the highest tower in the world real quick to meet a friend, to have dinner, and Wolf of Dubai Danny, just follow me there and thumb up this live stream. This would be fantastic and means the world to me. So it is the day tomorrow. Tomorrow we are getting vaccine news, big, huge vaccine news, okay? Because I said over the last couple of weeks and months, there's actually two big news that is really pulling the market to one from the one or the other side. First, on the bearish side, you have obviously the second wave concerns, a huge bearish sign or huge bearish market magnet, okay? Then on the other side, you have pulling the vaccine news. We have seen what the vaccine news can do for the markets, that the Dow goes up thousands or 1,500 points. And tomorrow is the day where we have big vaccine news. And let me dive directly into it because it's quite, obviously, we are going into our mandatory two memes here. I found this one. I found this. Amazing. You might know this dog that giving out advice. So he's saying, my advice is to invest in tennis balls. They have a high rate of return. Yeah, and the second one, I think, is a Robin Hood advice that is currently going to all of, let's say, Robin Hood investors. Invest you must. Invest you must. And must. Invest you must. Money you will make. Also fantastic. I love Yoda and Star Wars, also quite interesting. So anyway, let's have a look into what's happening. So what's happening actually is that China, or a Chinese state vaccine creator, is having final phase 3 trials. And we know the data by tomorrow, because tomorrow will be the release of this data, guys, okay? And how huge this is, I can tell you in just a second. I believe that this can move the markets on Monday quite heavily. All right. And I'm talking about, thousands of points heavily. And what does it mean, a phase 3 trial or data? Okay. So first you have, phase 1 is exploring the safety and dosing of a drug or a vaccine, right? Then the second phase, where, usually now Moderna is in, or other vaccine makers like Johnson & Johnson, they are currently in phase 2, and they are exploring the effectiveness of the drug by, having small groups of people and testing it and seeing, is it safe? How is the dosage? How do people react to the vaccine, and so on. And then we have phase 3, actually the most and last important one, which is the exploring of safety and effectiveness compared to current available treatments, or, you know, generally seeing how a bigger group of people will react to a phase 3 or a vaccine candidate. And then it goes to the government approvals or the authority approvals, and then we have phase 4, which is distributed to many millions of people, and then it will be actually monitored how patients are reacting to that. So actually in China, this company already tested phase 2, and this is crazy, and this is when you know that China don't have, you know, so much cases anymore. They actually couldn't make phase 3 inside China because they didn't have enough people with the cases in one place. So they came to the UAE, where I am living, and the trial is going on. And tomorrow, because tomorrow is a weekday here in the UAE, we will have the news and the data of phase 3 trial of this amazing where we need to be here, of this amazing phase 3 trials. Okay, so, and this can move the market because this is the final stage of testing. Here's some highlights of an article that I found. So the Beijing-based National Biotech Group Corporation has received regulatory approval to test its potential vaccine in the United Arab Emirates. Although the company did not reveal much details about the phase 3 trials, it did inform a partnership with Abu Dhabi-based G42. The Chinese state-owned vaccine developer recently posted the update on its WeChat account, and then employees of CNBG, so that's the Chinese company, including its senior executives and that of its parent company, have already been administered with the vaccine shot. So this is crazy, guys. This can be really moving the market. Then a little bit more about that in the article is what's also important. The 2-part vaccine development by CNBG has been tested among some 2,000 people in phase 1 and phase 2 trials conducted in China. While one of the vaccines has been found to be generally safe, data from the other one will be revealed by the firm on June 28, which is tomorrow, guys. Okay, so tomorrow, big vaccine news. Employees of CNBG, including the senior vision, okay, this is we had already. Then shots of CNBG vaccine are also being given to employees of Chinese state-run companies if they are traveling overseas for work and if they live in high-risk areas which with a chance of a fresh virus outbreak. So as you can see, they are using partly this vaccine already, even when it's a prototype. Still, high governments people are receiving this already, if they are in a high-risk environment or if they are already going through travel. Okay, and then apart from CNBG, Johnson & Johnson will also be starting the final testing of its vaccine in July. So let's say Johnson & Johnson as well as Moderna are 1 month behind, or even longer, because I don't know how long these trials are taking place. But if they're starting in July, I think they will have, you know, maybe results that we have tomorrow already here. We will have those results in maybe August. Okay, so, and let me have a look with you together what happened with the stock market when we had the last vaccine news. Let me pull this out. Or I will involve you here real quick for the search of this. Let me see, Moderna, phase 2. I think it was somewhere. This could be in. I think it was in May. Let us see. Or let me have a look. I think it was capital rise, Moderna capital rise, 18th of May or 19th of May. You remember when Moderna actually released the news, next day they raised the capital on the market, so around of 18th of May. So let's have a look on Yahoo Finance. What happens in the market when we had the phase 2? Okay, this was phase 2. Now we are talking about phase 3. So let us have a look into, for example, the S&P 500, what the market did actually on May 18. So May 18, where are you? May 18. Here we go. Here. Exactly here was the vaccine news. And since then, let me just draw it for you real quick. So here we had, okay, perfect. So here we had approximately here we had the vaccine news of Moderna. Okay, my drawing skills are obviously, I hope the vaccine is better than my drawing skills here. But as you can see from about the vaccine news, we had a almost straight rally here to the recent tops, which was here around 3,000, just below 3,250. So, and this was again phase 2 trials, which data was positive, or even phase 1 trials. I'm not because they are then went into phase 2 trials. So, you know, as you can see, this can be a big mover for the market here, especially when the data is great. We shall see a huge impact on the market. Okay, so I think this is something to watch. I'm very curious to see how this data looks like tomorrow. It may be already tomorrow morning, so maybe I can include it already in my breaking news format, as you know I'm doing every single morning, or maybe later during the day. However, this will be super important for tomorrow. Other than that, let's have a look what's happening on the markets, and this is, you know, let's go now to the other direction, which is the second wave concerns. And as you can see here, the daily new cases in US obviously going higher. And now, and this is what many financial people out there don't know, or you know, think that's wrongly stated. The daily death number is a trailing 3 weeks trailing number. Therefore, you have seen, as you can see, the death went down and now suddenly jumped up. This is because the data just came in for the new kind of second wave, and therefore, you know, you see the spike here, and you know, this is obviously concerning, but if we have positive news tomorrow, then this should really bring the market up, because the market, you know, really cares about the future, and if the future is bright, then we should see the markets going up. Moreover, you are seeing here a chart of cases versus also how many tests are being made. This is also quite interesting. So you can see actually this graphic tells you that New York is doing the most testing, but also has one of the lowest cases, and Arizona, for example, makes like a little bit less than the medium or middle daily tests, but has the highest results. Okay, so I feel this is even the more interesting and more important chart that you need to know, guys. Okay, yeah, and that's pretty much it. Then you have also, a quick overview. What are the most top countries into this health crisis right now as of the new daily cases? And as you can see, Brazil is number one, very closely followed by the US, and then long time nothing, and then India, then Russia, Mexico, Pakistan, Chile, South Africa, and then KSA. So as you can see, this is crazy. So I am very much excited by tomorrow. And let's have a look quickly into the chat with you guys, because for sure you have a couple of questions to that. It's a very sometimes complex topic, but I feel like this is very important to understand what can really move the market, and if the market will move on Monday heavily, you will know already why and can position yourself accordingly. So let's have a look. Then we have here Jim Sang. Are you sure, Wolf? I read the news that CNBG phase 3 just approved to start in your country. Well, I just checked two news outlets, and both said the same, that actually tomorrow we shall have received some news. So maybe this was a little bit, rescheduled. So we shall see. I definitely would keep you updating, but as of my reading and research, yes, tomorrow is the day where we will know a little bit more about this crisis. Let me know, guys, from where you are watching, as always. So what we have, Ruby Island here. Where is Ruby Island? Let me know in the comments. Then we have people from US. Then we have people from Germany, Italy. Fantastic, guys. And you guys are saying that European cases down so much, they're acting like no Rona here right now, but market's so low. Yeah, I think here is Sydney, Florida, UK, Los Angeles. I feel that lots and lots is happening right now, that many people or countries are not, let's say, hard enough on this to really go through and really act accordingly. I think some countries are taking it a little bit too easy, in my personal opinion. But let us see how this develops. I will definitely keep you updating. Smash that like button on the way out, and also make sure to follow me on Instagram to see a little bit of behind the scenes. Wolf of Dubai Danny, very easy to find. Follow me there, and I see you obviously in just a couple of hours. Thank you very much for watching, and stay safe.